Good evening and welcome to the April 21st, 2015 meeting of the Petaluma Community Access Board of Directors meeting. Would the secretary please call the roll?
Cindy Thomas.
Here.
Kathy Rivas. Here. Neil Fishman. Rachel Moran. Here. Mark Jaramillo.
Check.
Jaramillo.
Jaramillo. Kim Williamson. Okay, and John's here.
Yep.
And that means we have a quorum and we have no wants for public comment tonight. So are there any board of directors comments or announcements that we want to share? No?
None from here.
Anything that I was going to share, I think John's going to share, so I don't have to share.
Oh. John's hogging
Well,
all
that'd
the
be nice
sharing? John's hogging the sharing tonight?
Well, I'll just share a little bit.
Okay.
I attended the downtown meeting that we had here for PCA, which was a great experience for me to be able to attend that and see how that all works. Met some nice people, got some good ideas for some of the things that are going on in the community, and I think that we should try and do that more often. I think it's a good way for us to.
Yeah, I'll be happy to jump in, and it was a big success. We had a full house. We didn't have an empty seat. We crammed the lounge. We had business people who'd come in. This is the citywide meeting. They have a downtown that is more action oriented. This was more networking, and the fellow from what's the new Petaluma website? I should make.
I should make
It's not the patch. It's the new one, Petaluma.
360?
No,
Is that another one?
there's the new one. Yeah,
Oh.
Spotlight
I didn't know that.
Petaluma or something. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. Chris hooked up with him. We had a guy who's starting a radio broadcast. He's excited about our radio station. It was very lively and it was beautiful light. The sun was gorgeous and it was a big success.
Nice.
Yeah.
This was Petaluma Downtown Association's meeting? Yeah, okay.
But this was the citywide
was
meeting, so we
citywide
had people
marketing
from
meeting.
the factory outlet, we had a lot of different people. And they hand out flyers, they tell about their events. We had both the Veterans Day Parade organizer and American Graffiti. And the American Graffiti guy said that this year they're not having vendors and booths, but they have some tents, and they'd offer us one for free if we brought the space. If the board would like to sit at a table during the American Graffiti. We'd be right down near Rex Hardware.
Just table brochures?
Yeah, table brochures, hang out. We've got a pop-up tent, so I can get back to them on that.
I think we should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
And we'll try to get some cameras to film it for them this time. It's a big success.
Anything else? Are you announcing the release of your video on the chamber event yet?
It's almost done.
Okay.
The bulk of it's done. It just takes.
I'm
a lot of
excited to
time.
see it.
It takes a lot of time to label everybody's name and kind of give it a little polished pro look.
Nice. Okay, if there's no other comments, then let me make sure on my notes I didn't have anything. No, I'm good. Okay, so on the agenda approval, I'm wondering, do we want to table item 11A under new business, which was to make the board appointment, because we have barely a quorum here tonight. I'd feel more comfortable if we had. What do you think, John?
I think we shouldn't have put
I
them this year.
don't want to offend Jerry.
No.
Uh,
I forwarded you the email he sent. He's still very excited to be on the board.
Okay.
He's a good guy. So I would, if I were a voting member, I would second that, but I'm not.
Somebody has to put a quarter in the quarter jar.
I'll second.
Okay, so, we're all in favor of, tabling, I forgot what it was.
Aye.
11A. Okay, so we'll take that off. Anything else that we need to modify on the agenda?
Well, I could say that the old business B, the retreat goals, I really didn't get to it, but I can talk a little bit about it. I really didn't get it done.
Okay, just give us an update.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay, and so do we have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So
I
move.
move.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, anyone opposed? Okay, we can keep going. Everybody saw the minutes for the March 17, 2015 meeting. If not, I have a copy if you need to look at it real quick.
I have a copy too. Anybody need it?
I know you read it. You're retired. You read everything. I can't wait for that day. Did we have any modifications to the minutes? Questions? No?
Oh, there, no.
If either
Marcia and I
Rachel,
bounce them back and forth.
Yeah.
We iron out the wrinkles.
everybody okay with it? Do we have a
Okay.
motion? Who wants to move? I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, anyone opposed? Okey doke. Treasurer's report, or can we kind of, well, I get through that with you?
Yeah, I can do that. We're still in the black. Again, the budget lines, if you actually went through the profit and loss budget performance, you can see that some of the budget lines I didn't really predict very well. But this has been an exciting year with lots of new stuff. I'm going to start working on the next year's budget very soon. I've contacted Torkelson because we're going to have a full audit this time, so that'll be a bigger budget. And I'm going to, we've got a lot of new staff members, so I'll be beefing up the payroll. So we may have to dip into our savings. We got 25,000 saved, or we may, well, we'll see how much we have to save, and maybe I won't shift it into that. I'll just keep it.
Like how much out of savings are we talking?
Well, we got $25,000 in savings
I
from
know,
the
but
last 2 years.
how much
I
are
don't know.
taking?
I
Oh,
don't know. We're still in the black, so we're not going to need it
okay,
this year.
so nothing severe. There's
Nothing severe.
Okay.
But we will be purchasing equipment for the radio. There's a lot of different things.
Right.
So it's a different criteria for the budget. But I'll start working on that.
One of the
Next
questions I had was on promotion. I mean, I see that we're at $436 and we're budgeted 83, so there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Was that
That's-
t-shirts?
on promotions,
765.
I say that we have 996
For the year.
for the year, which is actually 1,000. She takes $4 off for some kind of bookkeeping thing, and we haven't spent that much, so we're about 100. But we're
I was just concerned that we were budgeting 83 and spending 430. That was it just like it says budgeted, it says 83. And it says actually for March that we spent 430, correct?
no. The annual budget is on the far right,
I see that.
Okay.
The 996.
and what we've actually spent is dead center in the middle.
right,
The
866.
rest are just divisions of those numbers, anticipating what we would be spending.
But if
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, we spent more this month than was allotted.
right, that's
But there are other months when we don't spend any,
Okay.
so it balances.
so what caused that this month? I was just curious.
This would be last month.
In March, actually.
Yeah.
Didn't you order the t-shirts in March?
I ordered the T-shirts. I also, it must have been the T-shirts.
Yeah,
Okay. I just was curious. It just seemed
that's what I assumed it was.
Yeah, and for instance, I put those panels were $340, and I put them into printing. They're not in here yet.
Not yet,
but
that'll be
So
next.
that'll be in
it's g-
April.
But it's gonna take our printing budget is way over. We did a lot more printing this year than I anticipated.
But some other line item will account
Yeah,
for it.
that's,
Okay.
and that's a game I play every year.
Okay,
Everyone plays it that
Yeah.
way.
Borrow from Peter to pay Paul.
Yes.
Okay, that was the only question I had.
Any other questions? You good? All right. Thank you, John. You can go ahead and move into your executive
Okay.
director's report now.
I got a lot on this, but I can run through it pretty quick. Studio productions, that was one of our goals for the year. We had a studio production yesterday. Therese Horsting was working with the Clean Water Sonoma Marin, and they had a guest speaker from back east about fluoridation, and they came in yesterday to do a studio interview. Thomas and Will ran it. It looks really, really good. We weren't able to get the switcher going to switch live, but we were recording in the two cameras, and it was edited today. We didn't do this, you know, they were hard pressed, they're a nonprofit, you know, basically asked, can you cover this for us? But I said, well, there's two ways I could cover it. One, you could hire us, which is our production for hire, $300 minimum, and then depending on how much time it took. Or, because I really wanted to get something going, I said, well, if you became a nonprofit member, we'll do it for you, because I wanted to test it. So it worked out really well.
They said yes?
Yeah, they said yes. It was a little bumpy. Therese said yes, but the director didn't know, and she was shocked that she had to pay anything. It was kind of awkward. But Therese and I worked it out today. They're very happy. We should have that up. And they really wanted to have a video that they could get to all the Board of Supervisors, because the vote will be next month. And then Thomas and I met with Houston Porter, and he's very excited about doing his show. We explained to him that if he wants to do a series, he really needs to build a team, that we're basically just doing the technical support. He would need a videographer, somebody who could polish the edit and do prepare the roll-ins. If they were to go to a restaurant and film in the restaurant, you have to do a little editing to get it into the show. And he would also need a producer helper, somebody who could kind of direct, watch the clock, and keep it moving. The thing is, he's going off for a month in Europe in May, so this won't start till June. But we're definitely on.
Probably good for you that it's
Yeah.
not starting till
Right.
June.
Yeah. So we had another Final Cut Pro training class. It was quite successful. Dan's doing a great job. It was full, although one person left early because he was having back problems. But 3 of the people in the class said, can we come back for the next level? So we're going to run that one really quick. We've always wanted to do a Final Cut Pro 2.0 instead of the 1.0, and it looks like we'll be able to start that.
And I would take that one.
Yeah. Well, you were there. What did you think?
I took the first one,
Oh, you
didn't I?
took the first one. You weren't here this weekend.
No,
Okay. But you were at one. So yeah.
I didn't know the one this weekend was part 2.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
But
Oh,
3
okay.
people in
That's
there
what I
asked
thought
for
the
part 2.
first time you said it.
And Dan is very excited about it. Quite often, Dan, if one person calls up and said, I wanted to ask Dan a question, I just let them connect and go do it at their house. Some of them pay them, some of them don't. But right now we're going to jump in and do a part 2 real quick. And on Monday the 30th of March, we had 15 7-year-olds come into the studio, and I think you might have seen the pictures on the Facebook. It was a gas. Will hooked up a simulated roller coaster for the green screen, and they would sit in the chair and watch themselves on the TV set going up and down. And Chris was really the host, and he was expecting 11 and 12-year-olds. He didn't realize that 7-year-olds do not listen. And when he was explaining PEG, he looked around and they were all doing something else. But that was fun, and we had the Santa Rosa JC class came over 2 weeks ago on a Monday. They came in for 2 hours with about 18 students, and they were in teams of 2. we didn't have to do anything except sit there and be interviewed. A team would come in and they would do an interview of me, and then they would get up and they'd go interview Thomas. Another team would come in and interview me. It was a lot of fun. I'm waiting to see what they did with it. I had a hard time not giving them advice. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. One young man is really hot to work with us. He's going to be at the parade, so that was exciting, and that will make him an access assistant. Actually, we've got 3 people coming to the parade to work who could quickly become access assistants. One of them was introduced to us by Max. And we talked about the downtown marketing meeting. We've got a video summer camp scheduled in June. This started when a woman with some students at Cherry Valley came in the middle of the school year. They had one of their 3-week vacations, and she wanted to know if we could work something out with the kids. It didn't happen, but we stayed in touch, and we've got it set up now for a 2-week class, $300 per student. I think it's 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And we've already got sign-ups, so that's rolling.
That's
for June.
good.
How much is it again?
$300.
Who's going to be doing it?
Chris is going to be running it, and Will. I'll be there for the first part of it. Having done this twice with kids from the Phoenix, I know the basic routine. One, you've got to get a project that interests them. So the best way to do that is let them pick it. So we don't really have a curriculum set up that we're going to do this, this, and this. With the Phoenix, we did the one 18-minute movie with the premiere at the Phoenix. That was fun. The next year, we tried to have them break into teams and do little YouTube videos. That was a lot more work because it was unfocused, and each team almost needed a mentor. So it was a lot of staff time. So we're going to try to do a collective show. Eric is going to be around with his puppet show, so that might be something. These are younger kids than the ones that came with the Phoenix. We got it on the calendar. The registrations are coming in, and we'll figure that out as we get closer. City meetings update. Well, we're still wrestling with Rohnert Park. Coordinating training periods is a little hard. We've got one kid who's really solid, Francisco, but getting the others up to train has been a challenge. And Chris and Will have both gone up to train and develop a white paper. Zach's been up. But that's what I'm really excited about, these 3 young guys who are coming to the parade. They would be perfect candidates. We brought on Melissa Bischler, who came in she's doing City Hall here in Petaluma, and she's really solid for that. She likes it. She's in Petaluma. She does school board and City Hall. So that's pretty well anchored. And just today I got the contract from Katati. They're ready to sign it.
Nice.
Yeah. And one really interesting thing is they had a clause in there for prevailing wage, and I asked them to take it out, and they checked with their attorney, and they took it out. Because I talked to Adds Up, that's pretty complicated. Because there's benefits, and basically we would have to almost have parallel bookkeeping for that.
Right, and they were probably just testing to see if we'd say yes. Nonprofits are exempt from most of those ordinances.
Well, it started with a boilerplate,
Yeah.
and if they had a contractor coming in to build something for the city, yes, then it
Yeah.
applies, and we're not that.
Yeah, it was a
And-
Marty Bennett thing.
Guess we're still working on the Marty Bennett video. In fact, I got.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we, John, no, it was Max. Max actually went up and did it, and they paid us. That was a production for hire to film a Marty Bennett living wage event, and Max is putting on the final touches this week. John Merrill did a volunteer to cover the Cordum Memorial. And that's been a real challenge because he had some technical problems with his computer. So I'm going over to his house tomorrow night and iron that out. We want to get that on the air. LPFM radio update. We got our call letters, KPCA. That was a Everybody knows the
Exciting.
story about that one? It was blocked because somebody had reserved it. And it turned out we were the ones that reserved it. The license had lapsed. All we had to do was have it released again so we could reclaim it. That happened. Last Saturday, Clay came up to work with Zach and I. We met for lunch, and then Zach and he, I had to go, and Zach and he continued the meeting for another couple of hours. We really wanted to explore other locations for the antenna that might give us 24/7. It's not really easy. We're pretty much anchored at the JC. But there are ways, there's wiggle room. If we slipped our frequency down a few points or up a few points, we might be... What he does is he factors in on a online map chart. He factors in where we are and what the number is, and he can see who we're bumping into, or might bump into. And so that hasn't really been completed. And we've also had echoes or rumors from Mike Trena at the JC. The JC would like to offer degrees in radio. And the only thing that's keeping them from doing that is they don't have a radio station. So if we have our antenna on the campus, it's a slam dunk, I think, for us to really partner with the JC.
Do we have an antenna?
We'll have to buy one. And they, I try to get prices on that. It's going to run anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, depending on how strong we want our signal to be. And I was relieved because for the FCC, the actual parameters of the signal, if it was on the JC, probably wouldn't have reached Neil's house. But Clay was confident that it's much larger than that. That's really just the strong signal, and it's the FCC
Got a quarter?
regulations.
Put in the jar.
We are reconstructing the website. We want to get on demand on the front page. I really wanted to premiere it with the Cordum piece, but that's not finished. The only thing I did manage to do is I got all of our adjectives and adverbs worked out into a graphic for the Petaluma TV on demand. So could be our
That
new
looks
t-shirt.
nice.
Yeah, and it's fun to read. I mean, it's on demand. You pick a word and you pick so you can be frugally useful or subversively sparkling. No, it's a fun chart. It's kind of neat. I'm going to go on a vacation this summer. Yeah, and we bought our tickets. Muriel and I are going to Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaving on June 17th, and I'll come back the first Monday after the 4th of July. And I'm training Nellie to take over payroll and all that. I will miss the last few days of the summer camp, and I'm excited. So,
When are you leaving?
June 17th.
Nice.
Yeah. And we have a dear friend who we were, quite close to in Paris. She went back to Japan, and she's going to greet us at the airport, and we'll be staying with her. And then we'll go to Kyoto and Tokyo, and I think it'll be great.
You're going to come back glowing.
Probably. I'll come back with some first-hand knowledge about that.
Eat a lot of fish tacos while you're there. Sushi.
And the last item on my report is time to start thinking about contract renewal. It's not something we needed on the agenda. Yeah, I'm here another year.
I thought we
Yeah, no, I
did that
thought we
for
talked-
I thought we did that
Yeah,
for
I
a
thought we
2-year.
had said we were doing
Oh, you
it for
did it.
more than.
Oh, I thought we did it
Oh,
I
for
thought
2
we did
years last
3
year.
years.
Well, that's easy.
Was it 2 or 3?
That's right. That's
think
right.
we-
I'll have
I
to
think
review all
it was
that.
two.
For me, it was just my mental clock
Right,
saying
right.
it's
I
time
think
to
we-
think that.
I think we did it
Yeah,
for that
we
reason.
did it longer. Yeah,
That's great. Okay.
but
Yeah.
just
No, that's
check
right.
our math on that one.
Yeah, I'll check.
Okay.
Will do. Great. That's not one less thing for the agenda next time. Any questions?
And this was the other thing that that they had brought up at
Oh, yeah.
that meeting.
That was, we didn't mention that.
Oh.
Go ahead.
They're already talking about the Super Bowl being at Levi Stadium, and that they're already starting to promote Petaluma as a travel space for everybody to come to. And Sonoma County has won all the wine contributions to that, which is pretty exciting for
Pretty
Sonoma
good.
County to be able to ride over and be able to have all the wines. They also have a Super Bowl 50 fund grant that they're going to be putting available, and there's going to be 50 grants, isn't that, within the state, and it's for nonprofits. So John's considering
To
looking
serve
into
the
it.
community.
And
That'd be good.
Is it a sizable grant?
It's 10,000 each.
And that's good.
So
Yeah.
John's going to pursue looking
Buy an
into.
antenna.
Yeah, and the applications, it says, are during the month of May, August, and November, which I thought was,
Perfect.
you
We'll
know,
get the
which is a good,
application.
right. So I think it's something that we could certainly maybe benefit from. Pretty excited.
Anybody want to help me on this?
I'll help you. I don't know much about grants, but
Let's
I'll
roll
help
up
you.
our sleeves and figure it out.
I'll help you. So if you want to read that, that's there too.
Okey-doke, thank you. We have no items on our consent calendar, as usual. Any committees meet this month that I don't know about?
Well, we've had a lot of subcommittee meetings.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think all of our subcommittees are on here for
Coming up,
report
yeah.
out. Yeah. Okay, then let's go straight to old business. Item 10. And item A, discussion of possible action on the 2015 butter and egg parade plans. I think we worked everything out offline. Who wants to report on it? You?
I'll do it. I mean, we've got our posters that are going to go on the sides of the golf cart, thanks to you guys going and making sure the golf cart was going to be able to work with our posters. And if you didn't see the posters, I'm sure everybody did. They're outside there. And we've got everything set up for the times that we're going to meet, to get everything, do a practice run to make sure it all comes together. And then John's going to set up a schedule. The gentleman that owns the golf cart would really like somebody to kind of be with the golf cart the majority of the time. You know, we're talking about a sizable expense for his golf cart that we're borrowing.
Yeah.
So John said he'd set up a schedule kind of tentatively of
Yeah.
if we could all take a turn for an
Yeah,
hour or
we always
whatever.
had
Yeah.
somebody at our site. That's never been a problem.
And we're going to meet, I think, right now, as I understand it, we're going to meet Friday night at 5 at Cindy's trailer to do make sure everything fits and works. And then we're going to be there 8:30 Saturday morning to get the golf cart to its designated spot in the parade. And we did end up with a different number than we thought we had. We thought we were 44 and we're actually 82, I believe it is. Yeah, 82. Staging area 3.
And we're after the Active Sports Club, and we're right before the Wilmer Volunteer Fire Department.
So that's a little bit farther up in the parade than we were last year, because I think last year we were 109 or something like
Yeah,
that.
we're still in the shady section though. Remember that one year we were in the first block? It was hot.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that.
No, you know that my RV trailer will be downtown. Okay.
At the Mel Depot, yeah.
Oh, now everybody knows. No, this is gonna air after the parade. There you go. You missed it.
Never be square. Mark is going to be announcing play-by-play with Tina. She,
Yeah, Tina's in great.
I'm doing the
So
announcement here.
we think we have George Utria. We're asking him to invite Luis. Luis has walked with us before. I have reached out to Jason Davies. He's generally walked. Oh, you know who we haven't reached out to is Eric and
Yeah.
Kathleen.
Eric, I did mention it to Marcel. I saw her, but she doesn't like big crowds.
Yeah.
I offered her the seat on the back of the car, but still didn't work.
Okay, so Jason and Alex and
I'm going to try to get Mario in. I know he'd probably rather No, actually, no, he loves to take pictures with his camera, so he'd be good.
I'll shoot an email off to Eric.
Yep.
And Kathleen. Okay,
And
so
Jerry. We'll try to,
Pardon me?
I will try to get
Jerry.
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 okay, and then Neil is not going to be back. He already let us know,
Right.
right? So Marcia is not going to be here. Well,
Crowds are not my thing either.
and Tim,
Big crowds are not my thing.
Tim's a spectator. He doesn't like to walk with us. Did he walk with us last year? No, he
I don't
didn't.
think
He
so.
met us at the end. Okay, so that's the four of us.
We take turns riding in the golf cart.
We could all fit.
We can all fit.
Oh, nice.
'Cause this one has a seat in the back, which is different than the original one. So
Oh,
that'll be
nice.
kind of fun.
Well, we need people walking around it. If we fill up the cart with 4
That we
people,
had all
You
these other
know,
people.
we're going to be stopping and going, and people
could
are going to
get
be getting
off,
on
yeah.
and getting off.
it's going to be hard to get into the driver's seat.
Oh, that's right.
The driver's seat.
But the back
when you get
ones,
in the
yeah.
driver's seat, you're there. The
You're
back seat
stuck,
can
you
be
can't
rotated.
get out. You have to stay
That's
there.
fine.
2 people in the back would be fun.
I'm fine with that. All
Make
right.
some get on, get off rules so we don't get a.
There isn't any rules around that. You can't throw candy and stuff
Chinese,
like that.
No,
Chinese
I'm saying getting on and getting off.
You don't
Get off and turn around and get
Oh.
it back on.
Whose rules?
So we can't do
Our
that 'cause
rules
we
or
have-
parade rules?
Your rules, yeah.
I would say when the
Cindy,
car is stopped, and it
yeah.
does stop.
Stop.
Oh,
It
yeah,
stops
yeah.
off and
Right.
we'll wait till things.
I'm
Right.
not gonna go fast.
Yeah, we're going to have to be very careful that we don't knock things loose and all that. So
Yeah, and your peripheral vision's cut.
Yeah.
You're just seeing in front, so.
So you probably need somebody on each side to
Yeah.
keep you.
Well, you'll have us holding the banner
Yeah.
in front of you. I could put a little target on my back and be the middle.
Make
of
sure
the
you have a
banner.
hat,
You can't see on the side. Just
because it doesn't have
stay
a
on the
top.
straight and narrow there.
This one doesn't
Oh,
have a
down
top.
top.
The other
And
one
you
had
get
a
a
top.
DUI driving the golf cart during the parade.
not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah, I have my big ass truck and my 30-foot trailer that I drive. I think it'll be all right. All right. Do we need to do anything on that? Anything more?
Oh, I think we got
think it's
jumped
we're
in the
good.
car, yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to tell them where to.
I'm going to get
Make
the
us out at
plants
the end.
on Thursday.
So we said
And you got
Aquas.
the 5-inch
I-
by 8-inch.
So should I tell them
I'm
by
hoping,
Aquas?
because I told him, he
By
said, I'll
Aquas,
make it
pick
6
us
by
up,
9, and I
pick
said,
up the
okay,
cart.
I'll tell them.
Because we have to have
5
somebody
by
stay
8.
there until he gets here too.
We'll see if we
Yeah.
So by
Okay, so I'm
Aquas?
just going to kind of
Yeah, it's only
wing it to
lot,
see
big
what
lot I
end
can
up
think
with.
of between.
Where's the lot? Is it up by the liquor store? Where's
Two
the
blocks.
No,
lot?
it's
Just
like the
green,
buck.
fluffy.
It's right behind the Buckhorn, and then
Oh,
the
okay.
Boundary Wharf
Oh,
is right
behind the
there.
bar cart.
Yeah,
Okay.
Boundary Wharf. Oh, I was going to say thank you to everyone who worked so hard on this. You worked very hard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
And
thank
you're
you,
not
John.
even supposed to be working on
I
it, so.
know, but I love Photoshop, so that was fun.
It turned out nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I did.
Very nice.
Okay,
Well,
so
yeah, I should say, if you have, do you still have all the parade packet I gave you?
yes,
Look at the card at the very end. There's a special award for nonprofits,
they,
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think. I think it's a new thing this year, so maybe we're in the running this year.
okay.
So
I think we qualify. We're not
Yeah.
professionally produced. Okay. And then we'll get a gift card for $150 that will slightly pay for what we'll spend next year.
every little bit.
We might have to reuse.
Yes. Yes. Which takes us to 10B, discussion of possible action on the board staff retreat and goals. You want to just give us a whatever
Yeah, I wanted
status
to
update?
formalize the goals because I thought we had a very positive process. Tim and I actually started working on quantifiables. I just haven't factored them in. I spent most of this morning, which is what I was going to catch up on. I was trying to untangle yesterday's production. I did manage to put together this, the adjectives and adverbs, the easy part. And for the radio, we did come up with some dates. We want to have the location signed, sealed, and locked by August, the end of August of this year. And then we would want to have the installation start September, October. That's the purchasing and installing of the antenna and transmitter. If that's all in place by the beginning of the next year, we will then be in place to have like 4 or 5 months to actually get the operation into position. How we're going to staff it, where we're going to put the control room, all those decisions. But right now we have, I guess the next step would be to sit down with Santa Rosa JC and get that locked. We've got a signed MOU that they're interested in hosting it, so we're locked. That's what we use to get the license. The next step is actually figure out how we install there and developing the school partnership. So that's basically it for that item.
So we probably need that to start soon.
Oh, we're working,
with
but the
them?
thing is that this is really Zach's baby, and Zach's time has been crunched down the street. But like Zach spent like 6 hours on Saturday working on it, and he's really invested in it. And he also has the technical skills. I think that I talked to him, the last time I talked to him was yesterday, and he suggested waiting till Mike Trina's film festival is over before we sit down.
And when is that over?
I think it's next week, so
Oh.
we're talking 2 weeks.
It just seems, time
Oh, yeah.
time passes and all of a sudden it's January.
Yeah. But we're very lucky to have Claire helping us out.
It just dawned on me you didn't mention anywhere in here about upcoming changes in staff. Did you not want to go there?
It just happened. It happened
Okay.
before I wrote this. I could say that, that one of our retreat goals was that most of us would be here. And it appears Will is going to be leaving us very shortly.
Yeah.
His wife is training to be a nurse, and there is a special, what's the word? It's not an internship. And to get it in California, it's a lottery, and you can only apply once a year, but it's guaranteed that she could get it in Colorado. So they're moving back there for that. And it looks like he could be leaving right after she's leaving at the beginning of June, but he said yesterday that he'd be willing to stay till we finish the summer camp, which would be June 18th. So I'm thinking that we're still working out the shakedown cruise on the access assistant pool. I think anybody who really shines in that might be a good option. But we could be back in the hiring as soon as I get back from Japan. Be hiring. Yeah, that was like Monday when we got the news. So.
Okay.
Luckily, I'd already bought my tickets, so I can change.
Nice move. All right. The last item under old business is 10C, discussion and possible action on a signature fundraiser event and the planning. And it has your name next to it.
I don't know.
Wasn't that supposed to be you?
Oh, no, I put Rachel's name because 3 of us met at the
okay.
at the place. I think that's really what we
part.
have to report on. Is we really are pretty hooked on
Yeah.
Zodiacs.
Okay.
So we have a location.
Well, John, Jude, Cindy, and I met at Zodiac so we can take a look at it, and we all really liked it. We thought it would work out really well. In order to set it up, we had some good ideas as to how logistically it was going to work. But I know Neil was going to go to Diggity Dog or whatever,
The
Donkey.
the donkey.
Roaring Donkey.
Roaring Donkey, right?
But but Cindy
Right.
mentioned they don't have a kitchen, so that
Yeah.
that would become an issue. Whereas here at Zodiacs, they're willing to give us the site. They have a kitchen. It's set up really nicely. We had some great ideas, which we all have to discuss in the committee. But we talked about like a VIP section, a red carpet, a photograph area. What else?
Different different meal options.
different meal options, areas for staging the different things. It even allows us to have like an MC area. It's really perfect for that. Also, like to have the TVs up at the top with the curtains. So I think it's going to work out really well if we all kind of agree. I don't know if everybody's been there yet, but maybe we should all take a look at that. But we all really liked it. We thought that it would
Yeah.
work out really well, and I think just with financially, logistically, and the only thing that would work out, I think we have to work out is kind of the parking. We talked about having either taxis or limos or something because, it is on a busy street, although it is on a Sunday night, so it shouldn't be that busy.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think we could work it out. I think we all really felt really good about it.
Yeah, I think what we really have to do next is meet with their event coordinators and
Right.
find out what options Katie and Melanie might have to offer.
Right. And I think one suggestion was made, and I can't remember who made it, but I like the idea of starting to form committees since it is a big project and we need to start meeting regularly and start really forming up committees for the food, for the,
I should
special
say that
events and-
Melanie felt a little left out not being with us at Zodiac's. We need to plug her in.
Well, it wasn't really a meeting.
No, it wasn't a meeting.
Well, it
Didn't-
started out to be just
Yeah.
Rachel and I having a drink together,
yeah.
and then when you jumped in, and then Rachel
Jude
goes,
said she wanted to come,
If
and-
Jude wants to go, and
yeah, it wasn't set up that way.
No,
We
I
just-
finessed it on those terms quite quickly, but I just want to say she's really an asset, and I
Well,
told
that's
her
why I think we should have formed
she
committees
could be
and
the maven of the spreadsheet.
well, then maybe we should hold our meetings there.
Yeah,
yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
But I think we should set up another meeting.
To kind of maybe keep something in mind for a plan B for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You mean hold your committee meetings there? Or hold the board meetings there?
No, the committee meetings.
Committee
Well, I'm
meetings.
saying plan B
event.
for holding the event at that location.
Exactly. Yes, we definitely need to do that. Especially, I heard something this week, and I'm hoping it's a rumor.
It's probably true.
Okay. And it will change the game. Okay, so what do we want to do on that one? I think we need to make an appointment with
Yeah.
with Katie Freeman and find out what's going on.
find out what's going on. And we did we're kind of close to a title, a name for it. Envelope, please.
Actually, I've
But I
been
think-
working on that since you mentioned having copy for publicity and stuff. And I came up with a couple other ideas too, and I thought I'd just run it by the committee
Bring it.
and
Okay.
they
Bring
could,
it here.
yeah.
Tell us.
Oh, well, one of them is, I thought we'd call it Hollywood's Starry Night.
Okay.
And the envelope, please. And I don't have the other one nailed down yet, but
Okay.
Good.
yeah.
We need creative juices flowing.
Yeah. But I was planning on waiting until we got some more definite things before I put together any copy for
Right.
publicity.
Okay, so in an effort to make sure Nellie feels like we didn't oust her, does she maybe want to?
She's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
We have Nellie on the silent auction committee.
But
It's Marcia and myself and Nellie are on that committee.
We're on the silent auction committee. I'm on the silent auction. I didn't
we
know
also
that.
discussed possibly not
So
doing
now
the
I have that
silent.
written down here
I
anyway.
guess we should have a committee.
Yeah, I think this needs a committee meeting because
We need to have a committee
Committee
meeting
meeting and
because
then
there's
break
other
it.
things that we
Okay,
discussed.
so what I was about to suggest is that we need to have somebody do the calendar drilling again to find out when we're all available, and somebody needs to coordinate that email so we can get the meeting nailed down. So maybe,
Maybe we
Would
could do it
Nellie
before we leave
wanna
tonight.
do
I
that?
can go get her. We can lock the front door and she'll come back and intervene.
okay. Do we have everyone here? We don't have Jude here.
We don't have to-
John, we don't have Jude here.
You know, maybe it
No,
would
but
be.
I'm thinking she could do this calendar work. Drilling, the calendar.
Oh,
drilling.
okay. Oh, you want to make that
Instead of me
proposal to
doing
her
it,
right
that
now?
would be
Okay.
good.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe it
that
would
last
be-
one was like a 3-ring circus.
Well, I feel so bad for you. Half the time you're responding with your iPhone to emails, and I'm like, oh my God, what is she doing? Is she like out having lunch with her family and she's doing PCA business, or?
Maybe it would be easier if you set a date for a meeting and the people who could make it made it and the people who couldn't didn't, rather than try and,
Sounds like a
because
fun
it's,
event.
from the looks of the last one,
Yeah,
it's
and-
impossible.
Yeah, and
But
that's absolutely.
Yeah, but that's why I think you're the one that suggested the different committees, because I think we need to start breaking them down, because it is
Yeah.
hard to try to get everybody
You
together.
can't just,
Yeah, everybody.
Okay. We're talking about scheduling the next meeting for the committee, and we
For the
kind of are
fundraiser.
feeling that we should hold our meetings at the venue, if that is in fact where we're going to hold the event. So, do you want to be the coordinator of the emails to see who we can get together when? And it should probably be, you're leaving, okay, we still have May. I'm thinking, how many months do we have until the event?
Don't have that much.
We need to be
7.
having at
Feels
least
like
one
a long way
meeting a
away,
month.
but it's
No,
not going to
it's
be a lot
only
of meetings.
Right. If we had only one a month, that's only like what, 8,
7.
9 meetings, 7 meetings. That's not enough.
That's not enough.
Way not
We need
enough.
at least 10.
Right. And we should be meeting at least twice a
Yeah.
month.
Right now, yeah. We lost
And then
it.
breaking into
And then
work
breaking into
groups
committees.
Right.
and then bringing that back. So.
Nellie,
Okay.
I had you, I don't know where I got this, but I had you working on the silent auction. Do you remember talking about that?
Well,
We talked.
you and I were gonna catalog things that
Right.
came in.
Right. Okay.
Did John say that you talked when you met over there the last time?
We really were drinking, not talking.
Oh.
It started out as Rachel and I going
on
for a
camera?
drink because
We were
she
just-
hadn't been
I
there.
had never been there, so we just said, I'll meet you for
Yeah.
a drink. And then
And then everybody
I heard
heard.
about it.
John
They
heard about it, and
it,
Jude,
yeah.
Jude
And so we
decided to
had
stop by.
People crashed our social event.
Well, in order to plan a meeting and include you, Cindy, it definitely has to be in the evening, correct?
Not
mean-
necessarily. I mean, do we have to do
Unless-
weekdays?
Unless
Is that, are we
did a
trying to
Saturday.
stick to
No, I
weekdays?
mean, we could do a Saturday,
Yeah, because
but if,
I'm open to doing it anytime. I have a little bit more flexibility right now, so that I don't have to get off so late in the evening. I could, I've been getting here, what, at 5:30?
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. But mornings isn't really gonna work for me,
unless we do a Saturday,
right?
correct?
Or Sunday, either way.
And we can get somebody to cover the front desk. Bring Eric in.
Well, it's probably easier for Nellie to do it when you can get somebody to cover the front desk and you're already here.
Well,
Is
of
that-
course, it's the easiest if I'm already here.
Yeah.
So that's what, Monday,
open.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
And if I miss a meeting, that's not going to be a showstopper. The thing that I want to be involved in most is the negotiating with
The
with
venue.
The venue.
Well, we need a major meeting to start, and then
Yeah.
from there we can,
We really need to narrow down
Yeah.
the venue first.
Yeah, it would be helpful for me to be at the meeting. Yes.
So the next meeting we discussed should be at Zodiac's, just to go talk to them, right? Is that what? We need to narrow down a venue.
No, they said we could have the venue. They're holding the
But I
place for
thought
us. Yeah.
There might
We
be
need to.
another-
Yeah, we need to
okay.
talk to them to find out how far they will go in accommodating us, what the shares will be.
Okay, so when Mark said we don't need to look for a backup with this other,
Yeah, we do.
No, we do, but we need to meet with Zodiacs to
Okay.
find out. I need to find out if the rumor that I heard
okay,
was accurate or not.
okay.
They may be partnering with another organization, or maybe even getting out. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to talk about it until I hear
We
from
know.
them what
Okay.
it is. So
Okay.
But it's clear that venue is the first piece of the puzzle. We've
Right.
gotta-
We
Right.
definitely, that's what I agree.
second piece would be sorting out with them food. What kind of deals would you be willing to offer, which would not only profit you but profit us?
Well, should we be looking for that backup venue now? is the question.
Yeah, we had
Yes.
a whole list. There was Hermanson's Hall. There was, there's a various different places.
Well, here's this one
There's
too.
a food truck park coming to town.
The block.
Think that'll happen?
In a parking lot.
I think it
It's gonna
will.
take a long time. It's gonna be before
I
we
think
need
it
to
will
have
happen.
a,
Okay, so the next meeting then would be at Zodiac's.
right.
Then I would suggest that you start with Cindy and Nellie, anchor that date, time, or a couple of dates and times, and then see how many people which date gets the most
For the event?
No,
For the
for
next
the
meeting.
meeting.
for
Oh,
the next meeting. Find out when Zodiac's can sit down with us, and then how many of us can be there.
Okay, so as far as a date for that meeting, do we want to try and set one right now and then?
Do you need to talk to the caterer first and find out when he or she is available, or
Yeah, that probably would make
and
more
then you could
sense.
email?
Okay. What were the best days for you?
Well, I'm here already Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
I'll have her come here. We don't need to take her away. Okay. All right. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll give her a call.
Okay.
And you get here after 2, right? After
Monday and
3?
Friday I'm here at 12:30. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And then you'll let the
I'm
rest
later.
of us know what
Tuesdays and
Yeah, you
Thursdays
let
is
us
what?
know.
with.
Yeah, I will. I'll have
2:30.
2:30. Okay.
Do you want one of these just in case you need to use that on the road?
This should probably be our backup. I mean, this
Right.
sounded like the other. Okay. What else? Anything else on this topic? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, I did get an email back from one of the other groups that had hosted a party. You know, it took her 3 or 4 weeks to respond to my email. That they feel like this is the one at the Rialto, I think. I have to look at my email. But they feel like they use the name Oscar, and they feel like Oscars aren't asking for trouble.
no trouble.
That when they did a Super Bowl party, they called it the big game. They didn't call it Super Bowl because they know that the NFL is
They play ball way harder than
Yeah.
anyone else.
football's a rough game. So
Showtime. Showtime plays a hard game too.
yeah, so she, but they didn't even look into it. She said it was just a quick email.
Was their event a success?
I didn't ask. I did ask the first person, the Anderson Valley Film Society, and she felt that theirs was.
Cool.
I didn't ask.
That's exciting. That's one thought I didn't have, was to interview some other people that have had that event and kind of gauge where
How
you
they
might
did
end up.
with it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And their tickets ranged from $125 to $250. And then the other one, the one in Sebastopol, theirs was $40 if you wanted wine and hors d'oeuvres and priority seating, or it was $25 if you wanted just admission.
That seems a little low if we're trying
Well,
to
it does
raise
seem
money.
low, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
maybe that we talked about having some different options, that we could maybe make some, it could be 60-40 or something of that sort. But
Yeah.
it was just, they did do some additional options if people didn't want to come. They just wanted to come and see the event
be there.
and be there.
We've already decided we're not gonna do a sit-down dinner and all that, right?
Well,
That was decided, but we also wanted to have priority seating tables with champagne bottle on it, and something special up close to the screen.
So would it be the four of us on the venue committee, or do you want to invite Jude too, or what? Should we ask?
I think you should keep
I think
Jude as
Yeah.
close
Yeah.
as you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
that'll be then would be the five of us then. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a venue committee.
Jude's probably the closest thing to our own personal event coordinator
Okay.
without us having to pay for one.
Okay. So she would be on various committees.
Yes, she should.
Okay.
Put
And
her
she's
on all of them.
retired. She's retired
Yeah,
like
we'll
Kathy.
put
We're
on
gonna give
everything.
everything to Kathy and Jude.
Yeah.
I might be retired by then. And that's no kidding. Okay, so
Watch out what you
And Jude.
volunteer for.
Okay.
so we're done with this item? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I would get start
Thank you,
the email.
Nellie. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Thanks, Nellie.
thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Nellie. New business 11A is tabled. That was the board appointment. The last item, 11B, discussion of possible action on the 2015 election and members meeting. Jude has already said that she would be
Jude will be the inspector.
our inspector.
Rachel's seat is open in October of this year.
Already.
Yeah, isn't it fun? It flies. Now you can run again, or you could come back as an appointee. I'd hate to see you go. Somebody new like Jerry, and, we could appoint him until October, and then he could go on the ballot. Or we could start looking for people, candidates.
Okay.
Um,
If you still want me, I'm going to do an appointment. I think one more another year.
And I kind of, Cindy, you've always done the calendar, and if you could hammer out a calendar.
Well, I've got
before I
last year's calendar in front of me, just so that if you wanted to refresh your little eyes on it. Briefly, we don't have anything big to do yet. June 17th was the appointment of the inspectors for last year, so it's going to be somewhere around the 18th this year. Then in July, we have a board meeting, and then in August is when we have to start mailing notices, putting them in the Argus, all that kind of good stuff. Nominating committee will meet by August 18th or thereabouts to come up with the recommendations. So we're looking good for now. I think the plan should be for me to put the calendar together, bring it back to the next meeting. I'll email it out to everybody. We'll hammer out our nominating committee and make sure that we're on track with that. Right now it's Rachel, Marcia, Kathy, and myself. We'll need to know what Jerry's plans are before we invite him to join any committees.
Mhm.
Anything else? Am I missing anything?
No, sounds like.
Well, just to explain the calendar, there are set times in our bylaws between each point. And so you have to really find a starting point and see where you end up. The key date for me is the members meeting, because I would like to reserve Buccaneers
Oh,
as soon
right.
as possible. So
can
as
tell
soon as
you.
you get the calendar, you don't have to do it now, but
Well, do we want to stay in line with what we did last year? Because we've been flexible. Last year was the earliest that we've done it. It was September 25th. It's gone anywhere between September 25th to October. I think we did it on the 7th one year.
yeah, it went into the second week of
But I think most important is that we have travelers in the group here. Does anybody have tickets for anything in September or October?
I'm going to be
September
gone in
is-
October.
Yeah, September is not going to be good for me.
The entire month?
Yeah, probably.
So then we're looking, first week of October. If we
Yeah,
had
see,
our
I'll be-
members meeting, which is when we
And
announced.
that's usually when I'm gone.
Go on into
All right, let me figure out when the board meeting's going to be in October.
Well, if you do it in the first 2
1, 2,
weeks of
3.
September, then
That would be too early.
That,
Can't
yeah,
do that.
yeah. Okay, so I have to design I have to design the calendar around this date. So, October 20th is the board meeting. I think we should.
No, we can't go to October, do we?
We've done it. We've done
That
it.
late?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
That's when we usually
October
The
20th?
did it.
The
Was
ballots are
yeah.
counted usually in the first week of October. But
Yeah.
they have for the last 2 years. It used to be in September. But
Yeah, it's been
It's been
over the
drifting.
last 12 years that I've been here. It's usually the end of September,
September.
beginning of October. In October, the board meeting's on the 20th. So I would say that we should do it either the week of the 4th or the week of the 11th.
I prefer the week of the 11th.
Me too.
I'm going out of town on the 12th. I prefer the week of the 4th. I'm usually out of town the week before, but I've got to look at my
Well,
vacation.
I won't be back until the 7th.
And I forget them now, but I think there are some restrictions on what nights are available at Lagunitas.
We did it on
Tuesdays.
Thursday last
Tuesdays.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesdays, but
Didn't
Did we do it on a
Thursday?
Thursday last year?
I thought so.
Usually fundraiser night is Tuesday.
so I can check with Lagunitas and
Okay,
look
so-
at the first 2 weeks of October
All right,
and see
so
what nights are available
Let,
to them.
let's go offline with this. You check and see. Yeah, you're gonna have to check the weeks of the 4th and the 11th. I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna have to. Our bylaws are gonna force us into doing it that way.
Okay, that's good.
Where am I going?
Mexico.
No. Too many hawkers.
Vietnam.
I would love to go to Vietnam.
I've heard it's
I don't think RCI has any
beaches are nice.
condos there.
The beaches are nice.
Okay,
love this
Food is
smell,
good.
people.
yeah, let's take the beaches offline, and I think we're done. Unless
Yeah.
anybody else feels differently,
I moved to adjourn.
I second. Anyone opposed? We're done.
Out of here.
Thank you, everyone, for
Thank you,
being here. Thank you for watching.